everyone. Today we'll be making bagara bangan with a little filling in the bangans, just a little twist to the bagara bangan. Otherwise, it's the same. Little twist here and there, and let's get digging into it. Alright, so for the bharwa bangan, bagara bangan, whatever you want to call it, the ingredients that you would need, first I'll go one by one and then I'll get into the other details. So what I did is, of course, my trade is tomato, cilantro and green chili paste here. I chopped the onions and just did like this, little kacha pakka ginger garlic paste. You don't need the entire paste, just kacha pakka you need. Of course you need your bangan. So what I did is I put the bangan in salt water for half an hour and I slid them and then I put them 4 slits and I put it in water. I'll tell you the reason why I did that into the water in a while. Okay, so let's go with some of the ingredients that we would need as a paste. So here we go. Sesame seeds, I just little bit on stove so that there is no numbness in there. Small fresh coconut, peanut and cashew. That's it. That's the things that will go in my main paste. So we'll keep that in the side. I'll come back with the paste a little later. In the meantime, I want to show you some things else. Okay, first we'll have some tamarind also, tamarind juice, and of course the curry leaves. We definitely need them to add a lot of flavor. So for the bharwa, I have to tell you what I've done here. This is a paste of, I'll have to tell you slowly. So here we go. Whole dhania, jeera, little bit red chili, the whole red chili. I sauteed them on a gas for a few seconds. I made a paste out of it. Okay, after that paste, I've added red chili powder, turmeric and salt in it with 1 lemon completely squeezed into it to make this kind of consistency in the paste. Alright, so now we are going to fill up the bangan. Okay, this video might be little longer, just watch till the end. So why I soaked and cut and soaked in the salt water is, first of course it gets oxidized, so color change, and it gets bitter taste if you don't do that. Second is, once I'm adding the bharwa into it, the bharwa will get stuck to the bangan because it's wet now. So let's get started. There we go. Add as much as you guys want. Don't add more, don't add less. The taste is totally dependent on your taste buds. So here we go. Just adding. I took little bit bigger bangan because I wanted to show the way it is like, usually in the small bangan sometimes you don't get to see, but it's the same process. You can take the smaller one or you can take the bigger one, and this is the way I always make. Of course I'm going to have to try other ways also, but this is the way that my husband likes it. So here we go. Done. Okay, and whatever paste is left, we will use it in the when we do the saute of onions and things like that. And we will add salt, pepper, turmeric, everything as we start cooking. This is going to be cooked in Instapot. Alright guys, so let me just come back with my paste and then we will go to the next steps. So the oil has become pretty hot. I'm going to add jeera and rayi. Okay, ooh, flutters. Whenever you're cooking, guys, be very careful with oil. Whenever you're near oil, right? It burns. It really burns when it falls. So here we go. Add it. Now I'm going to add the ginger garlic that I just kacha pakka I just did that. I wish you could smell the fresh ginger garlic. Give it 2 seconds just for it to get really mixed up. And then we will add the onions. Let it saute for really, anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. We will leave it, cover it and leave it so that it gets sauteed. So what I do usually is, as I said, right, I prepare everything beforehand so it makes it easy for the cooking. Back when I was in India for 2 years, I had maids do that. And it was such a luxury in India, I'm telling you, having maids at home do everything for you, the cleaning of the house, the dishes. Sometimes people don't realize that it's a luxury that you cannot take it for granted. And they ill-treat the maids and they, use abusive language with maids. I was very fortunate, honestly, that in the entire 2 years, I only had to change maid once. Because she found a permanent job in the government, so she had to go. But very fortunate that I had that. And such lovely ladies these were, the maids. They would treat us like family. They would treat us with so much respect. And I was like blown by the way they were treating us. Like, it's like, oh my God, I really loved it. So, and I definitely treated them so well. And I guess it's always reciprocates. So that's the key, guys. Just everybody is human. Give them some love and affection, and you get back the love and affection. Alright, so here we go. I'm gonna give it another 2 minutes. So we'll wait for 2 minutes and we'll go from there. Alright, so 2 minutes is over. Come back here. And I'm going to add the curry leaves. So curry leaves at this point will not splutter that much that it used to splutter when you put it in oil or as soon as, the things are done. So here we go. Now the tomato paste. Slowly, so that it doesn't come and fall on you. So be very careful with that. Smells so good. I don't know if you make a tomato paste, if it brings more flavor or what, but it definitely smells very good. So I'm going to leave it for a few minutes and then we'll come back and check it. Alright, let's check. There you go. Perfect consistency that we wanted, and it's cooked very well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a little bit of salt. I'm not going to add a lot of salt here because we already had salt in the bharwa, in the filling. So a little bit salt and definitely a little bit of red chili. Red chili, of course, a little bit more red chili. There we go. And we will add the leftover paste that we had for the filling. There we go. Make sure every nook and corner of this bowl is removed because this is the key for your taste. Alright, so there we go. Give it a good stir. At this point, once the salt and the paste and everything gets mixed pretty well here, you can taste and you can add more salt, you can add more spice, whatever. At this point you can do anything that you want here, because that's once you put your eggplant vankai in it, you just need to close it and it will be done. So we'll give it a minute here for it to get really, blend pretty well. All right, let's check. Oh, it's all done. Okay, now we will add the last but not the least ingredients, the tamarind, and the paste that we made out of the peanut and all that good stuff. There we go. Give it a good stir. So if the paste that you made is left, don't need to panic. You can use the same paste for your other dishes also. See, once you add the tamarind and everything, it starts to flutter. So you just, immediately add your vankai, and I'm gonna give it a good stir so I can close it. So for a traditional one, you actually go first with the putting in the oil and making it that way. So you fry it on oil first and then do it. Here you don't need to do anything. This is my easiest way of cooking. So I put just a little bit more water so that when it cooks, the eggplants are done pretty well. Here we go. I'm going to close it. And I'm going to switch off the saute. So here we go. Let's see if the bangan is done. So you have to wait until the pin goes down. So once the pin goes down, take it out and see if it's done. There you go, guys. See how amazing it is. The vankai is done. The eggplant is done. The oh my god, the curries. It smells so good. So all done. I'm going to take it out in a bowl and show you. Here we go. Bharwa bangan for you guys. Hope you like it and enjoy it as much as I have enjoyed making this. So if you like it, make it. And I'm very happy that it's come out very good. I don't need to add anything other than just eat it now. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.